welcome to your weekly reading for April the 4th to the 10th. Okay, let's get started for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's have a look and see what major themes and messages we have for you as you move through your week. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, April 4th to the 10th. Chop Wood coming out. Chop Wood is a very interesting card. Really about getting ready for something. Fork in the Road just came out for Aquarius as well. And bottom of the deck is Milk and Honey, just like Aquarius. So interesting. Okay, Milk and Honey and Fork in the Road. So you're preparing for a new adventure, my dear Gemini. Are you ever? There's a communication here and conflict and chaos. It's so interesting. You might have placements in Aquarius as well, because I was just talking about this card in that reading. Interesting. Okay. My dear Gemini, you've got a message to prepare for. Either you're going to be sending a message or someone is sending you a message, but it's going to have an effect. It's going to have an effect. It's going to create a little bit of chaos and a little bit of conflict. But ultimately, it's going to lead you to a fork in the road where you will have to decide which path to take, which direction leads you to the land of milk and honey. What is the path that leads to your highest purpose? I can't help but feeling like this is going to get initiated. I'm going to put the cards in the order, I think. This is going to get initiated by a message. And it's either that you're going to receive this message or you're going to be the sender of this message. And it's going to it's going to be a catalyst for a bunch of change. And it might cause a little chaos, it might cause a little conflict, but ultimately it will lead you to making a directional decision here. And bottom of the deck, Milk and Honey, I can't help but think that you are moving to something lighter. You're moving to something more peaceful. You're moving to more joy. You're moving towards joy and this feeling of emotional satisfaction. This is sort of like my 10 of Cups card, where like you hit the jackpot as far as you're concerned. And everyone's jackpot looks different, but this is very interesting, Gemini. You're moving towards something, and it feels like it all starts with a conversation or a message. Could be a conversation. Doesn't have to be a message, but it feels like that's how this is going to get moving. This is all going to get initiated by some sort of communication. That's how it feels anyway. Okay, let's dive into the tarot cards. See if we can illuminate this situation a little bit for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, April 4th. Okay, what do we got? Knight of Cups, there's your message. 8 of Cups in reverse, and the World. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe it won't be that big of a conflict and chaos here. In 3 cards, we see that you choose to end something, that you choose to wrap up a situation. You choose to close the loop on something, to complete a cycle. But it's not going to come without some sort of resistance. It feels like stepping away from something is going to feel unfamiliar, all the way to uncomfortable, right? Like it might just feel like, oh, this is different. You know, normally I would have gone down that path, but let's close the loop on this and go down this other path. Might be a little unfamiliar, might be uncomfortable, and it might be also all the way to the extreme of sort of being like, no, I'm choosing not to. I want to stay. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go. You know, it's interesting. And there's that Knight of Cups bringing in some kind of offer. So it's like you're going to get some kind of emotional offer, or you're preparing to make an emotional offer. It could always be reversed. You know, the roles could be reversed here. And then, you know, you or someone else is choosing to walk away. But it's a difficult choice to make. But I feel like someone is walking away from this and closing the loop on something. And perhaps by closing the loop on something, you've inadvertently triggered the pathway towards milk and honey. And, you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes we make the difficult choice, and it almost feels like we receive a reward for that. Like we get rewarded by like almost completing something that was prearranged, or, you know, something that was in our best interest, even though it was emotionally difficult. Gemini. Yeah, look at this. Very consistent. You're looking forward. You are looking forward. You're not looking back. That's a difference between this and the Aquarius reading. The Aquarius reading, they're triggered to look back. I don't think you are. You're maybe having a difficult time emotionally separating from something, and you might be in separation now, and that this message that comes in tries to end the separation, and it feels like you choose to walk away. You complete the cycle. You're looking to the future, and you're almost not focused on offering your cup right now. It's almost like you have your cup closed for the time being, and you're almost offering it to yourself. You're not accepting a new beginning with this person again. If someone's coming in to try to get you to get back together, or let's start over, and you consider it, but it feels like you're saying no to that offer. Whatever this night is bringing, you are saying no thanks. I'm done. I'm walking away, and I'm looking ahead to the future. It's very interesting, Gemini. It seems like you have your mind made up. Maybe that's why the chop wood card is here, because you're preparing for your 9 of Cups. Didn't I said the milk and honey card is my 10 of Cups? But this is pretty close. It's pretty close. So it's very interesting. You're moving towards emotional fulfillment. I don't think this situation had you fulfilled emotionally. And you're trusting it. Divine timing. You're trusting the timing of this situation. There is a little bit of hesitation here to walk away. I feel like it's because, this connection must have carried some emotional weight in your heart, but it's almost like you see clearly that this is not serving you, that I must move forward. The conflict and chaos could be within you, Gemini. The conflict and chaos could come just because of the offer, and it might be inner turmoil. But I feel like ultimately you decide to pick the path away from this person. You're looking to the future. You don't give them your cup. They're offering you a cup, and you're saying no thanks. You're holding out for this. You're holding out for this, and you believe in the timing, and you trust that it's coming. You trust that you're walking towards the milk and honey, as long as you don't go backwards. There's the Page of Rods in reverse. So I feel like you may have a moment with this individual where they're like not accepting your refusal. You might have a moment here where someone stomps up and down and says, but, that kind of energy. The Page of Rods to me is a time when we don't get what we want, so we stomp our feet a bit. We're a little angry. And there's the Hermit coming in reverse. So it's like, take the time to understand the closing of this cycle. There is there's another page, a Page of Pentacles, also in reverse. So it's interesting. 6 of Swords in reverse on the excuse me, on the bottom of the deck as I drop the deck. Yeah, this is gonna cause a bit of conflict and chaos for sure. But I feel confident that you're moving forward. But as you move forward, it's almost like you do need time to sort of process this, and hopefully you'll take that time, because I feel like you are moving into a more secure landscape where there might be a relationship that's very committed coming up, or something that you really want to commit to. And but it's almost like I think the guidance from this second row is, don't feel like you have to hang on to this. I feel like this is making me feel like, do you feel, it's interesting, 2 cards of you moving away, and they're both in reverse. This is going to be tempting. I think this is going to be tempting. I think you're going to be curious of whether or not you should go for this or not. I feel confident that you want to close the loop on it and move forward, and that you don't offer your cup to this person when they come in with their offer. But now that I look at this second row, it makes me wonder if there are opportunities with this person that could be new beginnings. But you know what? These 2 pages are very immature. They're very young. I feel like you are holding out for something more grand than this. Granted, you're having a difficult time separating emotionally and mentally, but ultimately, I can't help but feel like you walk away from this connection. I mean, it's going to differ depending on who's listening, because this is a general reading. But for some of you, it feels very cut and dry, like you know what to do. Even if it creates some inner turmoil, it's like you're sure about your decision to move forward. But for others of you, this could throw you back into a place where you're sort of starting, you kind of start to think about it too much, and you keep it alive by thinking about it. And it makes it really hard for you to walk away. But ultimately, it feels like walking away is the guidance here. But ultimately, I shouldn't say that. It's up to you. You got to do what feels right for you. But it does feel like this reading is guiding you towards at least the fact that there is going to be a choice to make. You will have a choice to make about whether or not to close the loop on this and move forward, or to stay with it and see where it could go, even though it feels like there hasn't been much growth since this ended the first time because of these pages. I can't shake that. Okay, hang on. That just slipped out. Let's close this reading for Gemini. What is an affirmation for Gemini to assist, to guide, to support, to encourage for Gemini? Let's see. It's a crown chakra card. Integration, number 44. You have card 33 and 44. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. So I can't help but think that this is all about you tapping into your intuition to understand what to do here, to integrate the whole situation. How did this relationship make you feel, body, mind, and soul? Did it lift you into a new dimension? Did it make you feel lifted, or did it make you feel low? What was the energy around this connection? I feel like the guidance you're getting from this affirmation is to sort of have a look at what was the energy, what was the quality of the energy in this connection. Did it feel like it was lifting you up, or did it feel like it was draining you? That is a consideration to make as you move forward. It definitely feels like there's that 7 of Wands. Aquarius got this too, where you're sort of looking back. You're going to ultimately have to make a choice about where you want to invest yourself, in the past or in the future. This reading seems to be pointing forwards towards something really magical here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if this reading has resonated for you and you'd like to see more. I appreciate all your comments and receiving your messages. It's so nice to be building a community with you. I hope to see you again very soon for another reading, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you, Gemini.